Hello friends, good morning. Myself Dr. Tushar Wankhede, Associate Professor in Botany Shri Shivaji Science College, Amravati, welcomes you for the new plant in our medicinal aspect, that is the Murraya koenigii. Friends, we know about Murraya koenigii very well from our childhood. Look here, this is the Indian dishes. Right from your Kadi Batta, the name itself knows that is the Kadi Batta is one of the Indian cuisine. Even in the dry form, for like in our Indian cuisine, that is the chudas we make, or either any type of a chutneys we made. Generally, we put muraya kuni, that is the kadi patta leaves in our dishes. So, in history, we have a long literature in Tamil Nadu and Kannada regions where the use of muraya koniji leaves are one of the integral part of their cuisine. So it is act as one of the flavoring agent. The leaves are generally act as a flavoring agent and can be seen in India, in Sri Lanka, in China, even in the Southeast Asia, in Australia and Pacific Islands. So friends, as far as the history is concerned, it is supposed to be originated from the Southeast Asia, and this plant is widely cultivated in our region like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, where our cuisines make one of the integral part there. So this can be grown, this can be seen near about 1,500 and more meters above the sea level. We find this particular plant. Out of 14 genus of this plant found in the world, two are found in India. That is the Murraya koenigii and second is the Murraya paniculata. Then this plant is supposed to be can be grown full in a full sunlight. Is one of the feature of this plant. And this plant has a white color type of a flowers, vibrant type of a flowers, and they are also aromatic one. And they can be available in any season. But as far as the season, they shade their leaves. So it can be grown in a full sunlight. Second, it's a well-drained soil. Dry soil is required for the flourishment of this particular plant. Friends, this is the photograph of the Murraya koenigii plant. So it can be a under shrub, it is a under tree, or it can be a potted in a small pot. So their size is depend upon where you have put the particular plant. So generally it is near about 1 to 2 meters height, and in case of in pot it reaches up to the 4 to 5 feet. So generally it is characterized by the lavish green color of the leaves, and as we know that we call them as a curry leaves. So it can be identified as a curry leaves. Most important, suppose its a description is needed, then Murraya koenigii is a semi-deciduous type of a plant. Second, it is the aromatic type of a shrub, or it may be a under tree. Then flowers are very small, it is a white fragrant and it is a funnel shaped. Regular, generally it is a pentameral stalk, complete imbracate. Second, the inflorescence. Inflorescence is a terminal cymes. The leaves are aromatic in nature and having that particular characteristic aroma make them a very unique one due to the presence of a ethereal type of a glands present on the leaves. Then they are shiny one, smooth, pinnate, exstipulate, having reticulate type of a venation is one of the identification of this particular plant. Then ovate to lanceolate type of a margin can be seen there. Generally stem is a brown in color, it is generally greenish and with the dots generally same on its stem also. The fruits are ovoid, subglobose and generally green in color, lavish green in color. They becomes purple black or sometimes they becomes a black color when they are supposed to be matured one. And their fruit is supposed to be one of the berries. And generally it is not advisable to consume that particular seeds. Then it's a taxonomic description is concerned, then it comes under the kingdom Plantae, subkingdom Tracheobionta, subdivisions Spermatophyta, division Magnoliophyta, class Magnoliopsida, subclass Rosidae, order Sapindiales, and the most important family is the Rutaceae. Sorry, it's a Rutaceae, and genus is the Murraya, and the species is koenigii. Friends, the species name of the koenigii, Murraya koenigii, koenigii coming from the name of the botanist Johannan, Johannan koenigii. Second, the genus Murray. It is on the Swedish botanist Johannan Anders Murray. So it's a botanical name after the two botanists Murray and koenigii. That's why we call them as a Murraya koenigii. Then its a synonyms is concerned. For example, in a Sanskrit, it is called as a Mahani. In English, we call them it is a curry leaves. In Andhra Pradesh, we call them as a curry pakku. In Marathi, kadi patta, or we also call them as a bodning. In Gujarati, we also call them as a bodning. In Himachal Pradesh, we call them as a mitha. Hindi, kadi patta. In Karnataka, curry beta is one of the name for this plant. So everywhere, different type of names are there, but the purpose is only one, it is the flavoring and the medicinal of use. Now friends, if you consider it as a important rather than your flavoring agent, then it has a certain properties of a medicinal plant. For example, it is a rich source of organic compounds, just like alkaloids are there, flavonoids are there, carbohydrates are there, sterols are there. Second, if you make extract of them, this extract can be done in the different types of polar and non-polar solutions like petroleum ether, ethyl acetate, chloroform, ethanol, and even aqueous solution. We can use the water there. So any solvent we can extract the leaf, stem, or root, and their decomposition can be made there. Friends, if you consider their chemical constituent, then look here, we will take two leaves, take the fresh curry leaf and second the dry curry leaf. Then interestingly you will find that the protein content is higher in a dry curry leaf. Fat content is also higher in a dry curry leaf. Carbohydrate content is also considered higher in a dry curry leaf. Second, calcium content, iron content, even a beta carotene. Beta carotene is act as an antioxidant, and second, it is used for the eye. It is one of the best source of a eye tonic, beta carotene. So, if you consider the nature of the Murraya koenigii with respect to the different constituent there, then it contains moisture. Second, it also contains proteins. Moisture is near about 60 to 66%. Second, proteins are near about 2 to 12%. Total sugars, we call them as a methionine. It also contains the total sugar, 14 to 18% is there. Second, total ash is there. Second, acid insoluble ash also present there, because after reducing the plant material, it reduces into the ash. So we also measure its ash content. It means that when it is having a water or different type of a content, water is great, and in a dry and even in a ash, what is its constituents there. So it is one of the basic thing regarding the structure, chemical composition of the Murraya leaf. Then we can go for the chemical constituent. Yes, friends, it's a chemical constituent is concerned. Look here, the seeds of the novel Murraya koenigii consist of fucovaline, second lactone, carbazole, alkaloids, glycolipids, phospholipids, and terpene. Now, the chemical constituent of the mature stem and bark of this Murraya koenigii contain the carbazole, second alkaloids, then coumarin, galactoside, carbazole, carboxylic acid, glycolipids, and phospholipids, etc. So their chemical constituent, they are having a large quantity of the constituents there. Then the roots of this Murraya koenigii, they also contain some of the bioactive compounds there. For example, they maybe consist of a alpha opacin, that is the sequiterpenoids. For example, this chemical constituent is based on the basis of GCMS analysis. For example, it may be a character elucidation by LCMS, GCMS, NMR, HPLC using certain type of a modern techniques. For example, another chemical constituent is the alpha-pinene. It is one of terpene. It is found in the leaves. Then alpha-humulene is a sequiterpene. Sequiterpene having two characters. It also gives the aroma. Second, it also gives the color. Sometimes you are observing a bluish shade in the leaves of the Murraya. So that bluish color is coming from the humulene. Then anomodendrin is also one of the citrus terpene generally present in the leaves. Then alpha-selenin, it is a monoterpenoid generally present in the leaves as well as stem. Second, beta element is also citrus terpene generally present in the leaves and also the stem. So this is one of the chemical constituents. Now friends, what is their pharmacognostic uses? Number one, it can be used as an antidiabetic one because murayazine is present there, murayazine is also present there. It decreases oxidative stress by acting on the peroxidase 1 activity. This is tested on the rats and rabbits, one of the mammals there. Then it has having an anti-trichomonal activity due to the presence of this mehanamyl type of a compound, or it may be a gyrenol type of a compound. So this is tested against the Trichomonas galeni, that is, and tested on the rats also. For oral health, this essential oil, it stimulates the saliva process. Even if you are suffering from the fever, then many times our mother gives us the leaves of the Murraya to chew. And after chewing, the taste buds of our tongue, they are recovered there. Then vasodilation, that is the Murraya azulinine is one of the compound there, and it acting on the negative chronotropic effect, and it is seen on the amphibians like frog. Then antioxidant activity, for example, manibin is there. It increases the GSH content of the liver and reduction in the hepatic monodihaldehyde in the kidney. So it also has an anti-cancer activity. Okay, mehanine is a component. It is generally tested on the mice, rats, and increases the death of cancerous cells, proteasose inhibitor, due to its anti-cancer activity. So these are the few pharmacognostic type of uses there. Then Murraya koenigii uses. Generally, this is used as also generally used in our daily cuisine as one of the flavoring agent. But this essential of this Murraya koenigii leaves also act as against the sun, or used as one of the sun protection. Or if you use this curry leaf in your cream, your lotions, so they also reduces the problems like pimples, ringworms, itches, acants, boils, or septic of the worms. Also, we can use there. Second, studies evaluated essential oil of Murraya koenigii is a repellent activity against different types of agents. Then studies for structure of function of Murraya koenigii shows trypsin inhibition. It's one of the unique one. Then it also show effect against the one of the lymphoma, formation of the lymphoma, where we can use this Murraya koenigii leaves. Then this dried leaf powder, it is many times common in use. It increases the source of micronutrients. Generally, we have seen this as analysis. It contains different types of micronutrients. The aqueous extract of this particular Murraya koenigii shows one of the larvicidal properties. It's a very unique one because it contains some sort of aromas, and it can be used against one of the larvae. Then it is also rich in vitamin A and calcium. So earlier I said it is rich in vitamin A and calcium, that is the strengthen our bone. Also calcium deficiency. Then even radiotherapy or chemotherapy treatment of the cancer, where it is a beneficial one. Then this also prevent the neuroleptic type of induced diseases. Then the activity of this carbazole alkaloids isolated from the Murraya koenigii extract, it is very much effective against the Trichomonas galeni. Then curry leaves, and its essential are used in both internally and externally for the healthy, long, strong, lustrous hair by balancing the diet. And also, it is one of the best proportional source of vitamins, minerals, iron, and other nutrients. Then it also helps in contracting the muscles and tissue, that is the curry leaf oil used there. Then Then if there are certain types of a pigmentation problem on your body, for example, white patches are there curry leaves are supposed to be used there. Then fresh leaves, dried leaf powder of this essential oil, widely used in the soups, in curry, in a fish curry, meats, then eggs dishes, traditional curry powder blends, and different types of food preparations. So this essential oil of Murraya koenigii nowadays it is utilized in the soap industry, even in the cosmetic industry and the aroma therapy also. So last one, this Murraya koenigii leaves is also beneficial in the bruises, eruption and the teeth bites of the poisonous animals or insects, where you can apply these leaves on our skin directly. Friends, in the last, we can conclude that while we are studying this plant, so this particular plant is a typically medicinal one, it is an aromatic one, and it belongs to family Rutaceae. Second, as far as its pharmacognostic type of activities is concerned, so it can be used again, it is supposed to be anti-diabetic, it reduces the cholesterol, it has an antimicrobial type of activity, anti-ulcer type of activity, antioxidative type of property. Then it has a cytotoxic type of activity. Second, anti-diarrheal property, anti-cancer property, and many different types of phagocytic activity. So friends, the chemical composition of this plant consists of essential oil, alkaloids, and terpenoids mainly. So this curry leaves merits further phytochemical, pharmacological and clinical investigations for development of an effective natural plant is needed. So friends, for this we would like to conclude here. If you want more information on the Murraya koenigii, please go through these references. The references Jain, Gilhotra and Singh, that is the leaf curry Murraya koenigii, a spice with medicinal property, that is the medical journal of biomedical science in 2017 gives a very appropriate type of a description and experimental basis. With this, thank you very much. Good day.